Hi guys! Teacher Janelle once more. And obviously, here's what we're gonna talk about today. Yes. But then there is another word that also caught my attention. If we're gonna talk about all these that might be the basis of Filipinos in saying supervisor and superintendent, but there's another word that does not follow this. So let's see. I added the word education. You know how I came across how some Filipinos pronounce it? They say education, education. So then again, my ears ringing, so I came to dig in dictionaries, online and offline dictionaries, and the traditional dictionary. It didn't say education in it, but I often hear it, education, 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 and it is very plausible. I don't know, but the dictionary says it's education, education. So what is the sound that Filipinos are trying to make up there? This part here. So in the words supervisor and superintendent, the pronunciation supervisor, superintendent, so they added a h, but here they removed the j sound, the j sound. Instead of the j sound in d, they read it as d, not j sound. So education, I often wonder where that is coming from. But according to dictionaries, this D sound of the word education is not pronounced D. It's a J sound. Education. Education. That's the... Let me write. That's a symbol of the J sound. So education. Education. If we're going to do full... I want to do full IPA in this one. So, here. Okay, check. So... schwa, shin. Okay. Education, education, education. Not education, not education. That's not education, it's education. So there's a schwa that perhaps it's then again with we read the way it's written. So it's written D and U, so we read it's education. But I just heard the pronunciation education recently. So this is not something like supervisor and superintendent that I have heard since I was a young one. But this one, I just heard it recently, now that I am a teacher. So I've heard some people say education. And I often wonder if there is a new set of pronunciation for this one. But so far, I haven't really came across with such pronunciation as education. So it's still education. Google says education. Oxford says education. Cambridge says education. Merriam says education. And many other dictionaries says it's education. So I might not be so informed with the latest, but if there is a latest in pronunciation, perhaps the dictionaries would be updated, especially the online dictionaries. But so far, I haven't heard one. I haven't seen one. It still says education. The J sound, not the D sound, and not the schwa sound, and not the U sound. Not the education, education. See? So when you come across the word, you might perhaps consider saying education. Okay, so Filipinos, some Filipinos, not all Filipinos, I tell you, this is not absolute, alright? There's nothing absolute here. So, supervisor, superintendent, education. But the dictionary says supervisor, superintendent, education. For American. For British, supervisor, superintendent, education. Education. Okay? I hope you've learned a new set of words to pronounce with me, Teacher Janelle. So, can I say, but ta-ta for now. Bye-bye.